Avinash, you've been selected for it. You know what my first thought was? Shit, this is so embarrassing. Local train में इनको लगेगा मैं local train में travel करता हूँ. I'm not fit enough to be a hero.
From his breakthrough role in the soul-stirring Laila Majnu to his hard-as-nails act in Bombay Meri Jaan, Avinash Tiwary has been wowing both the OTT circuit as well as the Bollywood big screens. I must dive right into Laila Majnu. And have you faced heartbreak of the kind you showed us as scares?
I think this one thing I did realize post that film was if I didn't have any responsibilities, I didn't have a family, I had no other ambition like Kais did not, I would have probably gone down that lane. But because I have a family, I have dreams and ambitions in my life, I have responsibilities to take care of, one gets back to life.
How do you handle heartbreak?
I do understand that once a heartbreak happens, it takes me about 7 to 8 years to get into another relationship. That's been my track record. So it's been very few. Dealing with them is quite simple. You just initially you first go through this feeling of blaming them, blaming yourself, not realizing what has happened, blaming the society, blaming the world for whatever has happened. And slowly, steadily, I think where I have come down to in my life is realizing that love is eternal. So if I love you, maybe the relationship didn't work out, but the feeling that I have for you shall stay forever.
How do you take care of yourself? Because you do such intense roles. And take me through your process. Do you have, like, when you play a case, or when you do a Bombay Meri Jaan, or when you do when you do a Bulbul?
Yeah.
What is your process? Do you get there are a lot of actors who say we live the role. We live even after months after we can't divorce ourselves from the role.
Most of my work has been something which I have to really put in my heart, mind, and soul. And somewhere you realize once you get into it, staying there is probably easier. But getting out of it, you need something really more interesting and exciting to come out of it. Because you jump into it thinking this is so much joy for you. Like I'll give you an example from Kes. I remember I had to lose a lot of weight. I went into isolation. I came back, and for a few days, I would sit down back at home, and my parents would just look at me, what happened? And nothing was going in my head. There was absolute nothing. I realized I need to find a better way of doing this. So now it's very simple. I come back home. I keep telling this to myself. Once I'm back home, because I stay with my parents, I just shifted away from them. But until now, I come back as their son and not Avinash Tiwary.
What was an average day of a struggler, Avinash? Like, did you go to several auditions?
Globalization was a word that was very, very strong those days. I'm talking about 2003-04, and I realized that our world would expand and the cinemas would. Today we look at it, all the international platforms are here and they are working here. So somewhere I also felt that as an industry we had some lack of vision as far as those things are concerned. But I thought I had the vision, so I went to New York to do my training in New York Film Academy. I came back and I thought the red carpet would be rolled for me. Unfortunately, nothing of that happened. Of course, there were rejections. I'll come to the first film that I was offered. I still remember I was traveling from local train because I stay in Vadala and the auditions happened in Deri. So I was in a local train and I got a call saying, Avinash, you've been selected for it. You know what my first thought was? Shit, this is so embarrassing. Local train में इनको लगेगा मैं local train में travel करता हूँ. I'm not fit enough to be a hero. The perceptions that we have. So I'm not happy about the fact that I've got the film. I'm more embarrassed about the fact that I'm in the local train and I should not reach out to them. Well, that very evening I met someone, and in 2 days he got the role offered. In fact, he didn't even know that there's a film being made. I happened to mention it to him. And his father is a very well-known actor, so he unfortunately got the part. But thankfully, because if I had gotten that, I would not be where I am today.
What else do you have endurance for heartbreak? And also...
Yeah, I can take a lot. I can take a lot.
Because this profession is so... it is so anxiety-inducing, the work that you do. And, the shelf life today of actors is becoming much more smaller. there was a time when Amit ji and Rekha ji and Madhuri, and you see actors with a 50-year-old body of experience. Today I see most actors on Instagram. I mean, they're known for their Instagram accounts than their actual performances.
Yeah.
So, and there is also an entire marketing strategy. There is an agency that works around, actors have to be social media stars and all of that. So, does that bother you that it is an entire celebrity circus now?
I think that's one thing I have amazing clarity for. I know that my work is going to get me work because I've seen this. Like I said, I've been here for 20 years. One platform comes and it's gone in 5 years, and there's another platform that comes and it goes away. You shall stay is what has been my go-to. I understood social media. Social media for me has always been something that would increase your brand value and probably get you more money. Thankfully, I have enough to keep my house going.
Tell me, is there a danger for you, two questions. Is there a danger of being typecast because you're always angry in most of the stuff you do?
Angry.
You're either tortured or you're angry or you're bashing up people. Secondly, is there like an evil mean side that when I saw you in Lust Stories or when you see you in stuff like Bulbul and all of that, is there like a mean side in you which you have tapped into and discovered, oh, I'm capable of so much meanness?
Yes, sir. I think I have a lot of meanness within me. I think I have a lot of goodness within me. And my whole idea is to live the bandwidth. I want to be the best of the good and the worst of the bad. That's the bandwidth that I want to live. And that's the idea of wholesome life that I follow. Coming back to being typecast, I think, sir, and I would invite all of you who think like this to really look at this. Taking 2 years away of COVID, within a span of 3 years, I shall just bring forward my work. Laila Majnu, which is an intense love story. Then there was Bulbul, which is a folklore fantasy.
Intense.
Intense, yes. Sir, वो तो ऊपर वाले की देन है. तीसरा, I would say Khaki.
Intense.
But look at the parts, sir. Gangster. I'm playing Mumbai Meri Jaan, 2 gangsters, but see how versatile.
Intense.
And the next one that I'm coming up with is a comedy. So I hope you enjoy that.
What did you unlearn when you came into movies? Is there a lot of unlearning that you've done?
Yes, that I thought that I would get what I deserve, and you realize that it's not that place. It's not that. Oh, you remember when you on the outside you see these big. A Bombay Times, a Filmfare magazine cover, and you look forward to it. And I still remember when I first came on the front page of the newspaper, I felt that I've earned it. This is something that I have earned it, only to realize that the producers paid for it, And once that happens, or maybe, you're being papped, only to realize that your PR team has sent them. These were things that I actually, having spent so much time in the industry, I myself wasn't aware.
Tell me, has there been anything on the set that you've been, because of your innate skills as an actor, you've not been able to crack on a film or others, and one where you've surpassed the director's expectations? Give me 2 examples.
A scene in Bombay Meri Jaan. So throughout the shoot, I and Shujat hardly spoke much. But there is a scene where he goes and meets the father, and the father puts a gun on his head. No matter what I tried, I just couldn't bring the kind of no emotion, no state of being complete deadpan state. Because there's a man, KK Menon, who's such a dynamic actor, who's playing my father in such a volatile scene. Just to be able to hold my instinct became so difficult for me because I would just buy into the drama that he was creating. So that is one scene I realized that I found difficult to crack in my recent work, Mumbai Meri Jaan. Khaki, I would say, I think I came out once because I didn't want to do it. I was like, I don't know if I'm capable of doing it. Neeraj sir and Bhav Dhulia, both of them insisted that I go ahead and do it. And when I came back, they just, I mean, the amount of love they gave me, I was like, "Achha, itna अच्छा काम कर दिया है." They were really in a state of exaggeration. Like, I don't know what I've done with this part. So, अच्छा sir, काम. I think I'm very happy with the work that I need to put this across.
You're very good at what you do.
Probably. I won't take that, deny that too. I think that's one thought that I've lived with all these years, that I'm the best actor at my age in this city. That's the basic way that I have driven myself, pushed myself, saying you are out there, you're good enough. Because everywhere you go, you're told you're not. So then the only voice that you need is your own to tell you that you are good enough for them.
Who are your contemporaries whose work you like, and are there actors you are intimidated by?
I have to say that I am absolutely floored with by Vicky Kaushal. I just saw his Sam Bahadur ka trailer, and the kind of work that he has done. There's a certain amount of versatility that he has brought in, which I find very, very rare in the industry.
But does anyone intimidate you? Not among your contemporaries, but there are actors who you look up to.
So once you work with Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, nothing can intimidate you. And I
you almost beat him up, no?
I hit him on his head too. So once I've gone through those things in
the
my
last
life,
time somebody did that was, you know what happened to
I
his
know.
career.
So that was the story on set. Everyone kept telling me, feeding this into my ears. Ki, "Sun, if this happens, no, bro, you are not getting any work from here on." And I'm like, cut to when it happens. I actually saw the entire career falling off. A blackout that happened for me. I thought really.
It was an accident. No?
Of course, it was an accident. Who would dare to? And you know,
did he bully you after that?
No, he was standing there. I still remember. I walked up to him and said, "Sir, sorry, I hit you." "Yes, you hit me on my head." I said, "Yes, sir." And in my nervousness, I'm like, "Sir, should we do a rehearsal?" And he's like, and I started looking around people. "कहाँ से उठा के लाए हो तुम इस बंदे को?" And okay, we'll do it slowly. So the thing was, I was supposed to be lying on the floor. He comes and kicks me. I jump. He punches me. I duck, and I hit him on the head. So I went down to lying down there, and he was supposed to come walk in. And he's like, "Listen, action is like choreography. Dance, just dance." And I swear to God, my first instinct was, but there is no music. And I'm so glad I didn't say it, because I don't know what he would have thought of me.
Without the music. Action is without music.
Absolutely. But, you know, I was so nervous when he said this dance. I said, music to hai nahi, sir. You know, I was just so... So after that moment, nothing can really intimidate me.
Do you have any like a favorite co-star? I mean, you work with so many people, like you said, Mr. Bachchan and so many others. Say somebody like Tripti, you've done 2 films with her. Do you have like a good sync with her?
Tripti and I have had a lot of fun. 2 films together. The first one was literally like we thought this is really, you know, we got an opportunity. And she was here, and then we became family. My parents, she would come home. My mom has fed her with her hands. You know, that kind of relationship. And then Bulbul happened. So we have really, like, I think, in and out about each other's life. That's one great friendship that I have.
What are the things you will do for love and you will not do for love?
If I'm in love, I'll do everything. The only thing probably is... if it gets to a point where it's not right for both of us. So again, love and relationship, I need to make that distinction. The relationship becomes about us. Love is for you. And I'm a true believer that I don't love you. I don't say I love you because you love me too. My love is my own emotion, my own feeling, and the other person has nothing to do with it. What I will not do for love.
So are you currently single or seeing someone?
I'm single.
So then you're in the process of doing stuff.
I am someone who loves. I'm not able to create love for myself. There's a difference.
So that's unrequited love, or is it one-sided love?
It's always been unrequited love.
Yeah.
Having said, like I said, there's a lot of love that I get, but not necessarily I feel for them.
When was the last time you had your heart broken?
Just very recently.
So what do you do to get over heart?
I think over a period of time, now that it has happened a couple of times, you just become, I don't know, you become stronger. You just know how to deal with it better, which is not sink in it. Otherwise, my life would have stopped, and this is the only thing that would be of matter to me. Now you know your breath changes. You know your something happens inside.
सांसें रुक जाती हैं.
कुछ होता है तो आपको ये पता है. So you know that. Let me start with the basics. So I ensure that मेरी सांसें सही रहे. I ensure that I have enough to look forward to in a day. And once that happens, life pulls you in, sir.
What advice would you give a 20-year-old Avinash Tiwary?
You're good enough, and you don't need to seek validation. And it's only very recently that I've started coming through. And probably I would say this to a 20-year-old boy: "Bro, तू जैसा है ना, तू सही है. सब आ जाएंगे लाइन पर. तू टिके रहे बस." Thankfully टिकने वाली बात रह गई है, but I think वो 5-10 साल जो अंदर ये सारी चीजें होती थी वो शायद नहीं होती.
Do you have a bucket list? Like anything else that is you want to tick off?
I recently started dreaming again because until Laila Majnu, I thought एक film मिल जाए बस so that I will be able to show. So 15 years for just dreaming one dream, one film. Once you get there, you don't know what you want. अब क्या करूँ? And then you realize, oh, इसके बाद एक और film होती है, फिर अच्छा एक और film होती है. करीब आई मंजिल तो मंजिल बढ़ा दी. I have a new dream now. I want to reach out to every cinema watcher in this world. Never in the history of our cinemas could we reach to 200 countries at one go. Never. It's now. And if you're not able to create bigger markets outside, it will be again a failure on our part.
With amazing revelations into the life and times of this wonderful actor, let me thank Avinash Tiwary for this conversation. Stay tuned for the 4th edition of the Filmfare OTT Awards.